What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All I can say is Zoss needs to get their crap together. I was Sky Shard farming on my Sork. Every time I enter, I lose connection to the server. I wonder if it's going to happen here. No, it didn't. It did at first. It's been acting fucked up all day. I'm like, I'm going to blow up, so I better just walk away. And it's just, I might as well just get on, the PTS. That's fine. So I'm going to try to configure my blade. There's a couple things I want to check out. And we will. Because, why not? Right? Alright. We need that. We're going to need that. Okay, we're going to need bag space for sure. Capacity, we'll do riding speed, whatever. We're going to need transmutations, a couple of these. For the most part, I have a pretty good, strong feeling how I'm going to lean for my blade on his build. But I just going to check out a few things. Because every class is different. So you can't just assume. It's best just to hey man, I have this in mind, but we're going to check it out. It's just the best way to go about it. So... Okay, we're going to put in all max magic, obviously. No brainer there. Do I have all crafting unlocked or not? No. So, that's not a problem. We can do that. Just in case I have to craft. I don't know if they give you the capability to know traits or not. That's another thing. Which I wish they would, because then I'd want to have to log in. Whatever. Nope. You are of enchantments. Sack of Siege. Yeah, whatever. So, I'm obviously going to use Kina, right? And I need an overland set. Okay. Heavy head. Light shoulders. Overland set. Light. Alright. Trial set. Light. Okay. False God. All right. My lovely war maiden. Okay. Now I'm actually going to take both staffs because I'm going to keep one precise. I'm going to learn home one. It's kind of important that I do that for this experimentation. So I'm going to actually slot, set up everything. Okay. And let's set up the skills. I like crushing shock for multiple reasons, but that's me. Don't know why they don't. They unlock everything but the try. Don't get that, but whatever. I don't get it. Nope, that goes there. Alright. Now you can use sap essence or orbs. I mean, it doesn't matter. I switch between the two depending on the circumstances. Sure there's no changes. Nope. All right. So that's usually kind of like, well, no, that's supposed to be here. No, that's right there, but this needs to change. Ugh, swear to God. Mystic, what the fuck? Alright. Alright. Tired. That goes here. That goes here. This goes here. This goes here. goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. Okay. Now currently, with the precise weapon, we're at 48 crit. So, it's kind of like, okay. Now, mind you, I don't have any food or anything on. It's not what I'm trying to... What I always like to check out is if I'm going to scale, what am I better off scaling off of? The Mundus or the trait? Yo, Dragon! Tri-focus probably isn't given because of the whole Magicka stamina blocking with Ice Staff with the passive. Good. You know, that's a good point. Never thought about that, but you know what? You make a good point. That's probably why they didn't implement it. Right. Because of the, yeah, right. Makes sense. But, like I said, we're going to transmute 2 of the weapons. It's kind of important. Okay. Oh, these are equipped. That's fine. Because I got other ones too. Okay, so we're going to go down. We're going to make them Nern. Okay. Alright. So it's kind of important because currently spell damage on... I got to do the jewelry too. So I need to do... We can keep 1, whatever. Alright. 2 jewelry, and then we'll put the glyphs on them. Alright. So we need an armor, we need a jewelry. We'll need weapon later, but whatever. Jewelry's the big one. Because we're scaling. Right? Right there. Very important. Okay. Now we're up to 3006. Making sure these are the ones. Now, we went down, obviously. Now, everything else looks pretty good. I need that max Magicka though. Alright. Alright. So we're down to 41% critical rating, even with the Nightblade stuff. And this is prior to deciding what our Mundus is going to be. Okay. And that's kind of where I want to be at, because I'm, like I said, I'm taking a look at scaling first. I always take a look at my scale factor and then determine Mundus based on classes and everything else. Now, a nice thing about PTS, even though this is subject to change, more than likely this is how things will end up being for my build. So I can get a good sense of where my build placement's going to be. Now, I got to proc the Kina, because that's an important factor for this build, is the proc on Kina, see where the damage lies, things like that. Especially off of like a spammable. So let me put a Magicka spammable in, actually. So we're going to take Swallow Soul. I typically don't utilize this. You can use the Sigic too, but it's going to give us a good idea for that ability and you know what we're trying to see. Okay. All right. 6, 7. 10, 8. Okay. Proc up. 4, 1. 12. Okay. All right. And that's with a Nirnholm staff. Now I'm not worried about the crit yet. So what I want to do is I'm going to replace this with the Precise. Knowing I'm going to drop, but now I'm going to take the Apprentice Mundus. So we dropped quite a bit. That's, well, actually, I don't know if we did drop, but let me check. Okay. 6, 9. Nice. 11. Very nice. 12, 4. 11. Okay. Now, consequently, that puts us back up to a 48. Now, when we use Empower, $14. 14. Okay. Now, that currently gives, with the Empower buff, proc, we're sitting at 5,200 spell damage. Now, if we were to lower our critical value even slightly further, I know it's nuts, right? You're going nuts, Mystic. Alright, now, see, I wish we would reflect a little better. Alright. $14.3 when we crit. 856 base. So yeah, big jump. The less we crit, the more it goes up. But 7941, and that, to me, that's kind of where our push point is, because we're losing 7%. But consequently, let's take the Thief. Once again, I'm always, that puts us at 50. But is it going to drop it lower than 14 becomes our question. Okay. Okay. $13.7 with a base of, what was my base? That's without the proc. 7-5 without the proc. $8,155. All right. So we're going to rearrange this again. Now we go back in. We're at slightly under the critical value. That's a better setup. That's a lot better hit going down. Slightly. What up? Live server acting up? Yeah. I keep getting thrown out when I try to get in delves. Lost connection to server. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? I'm getting tired. Might as well configure my blade. Right? Now, War Maidens is a static setup. Right? And it is. You know, that's kind of where, because it gives me 600 towards magic abilities. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. I love this set on Mage Blade and Warden. Mag Warden. This set on those two classes is extremely awesome. The fact that I'm also going to use the Kino with the False God is just even more delicious. So this is going to be my new configuration. We're actually going to go Precise, right? And then Apprentice on this one. See, once again, but would that configuration work with the Sork as well? No, because I'm using Julianos on my Sork. Because the uptime, the 20%, it's just... I wanted to use Scathing Mage on my Sork. But I was like, you know, it's killing me. It's killing me. So I want more consistency. I don't like that downtime. It fluctuates so much on the Sork. So I was like, oh, we'll go back with the Julia on the Sork. But what about the Blade? And I knew the Blade, that 600 was going to apply to all magic abilities. Now, like I said, my spammable is different because I like the weaving a little bit better when I'm using, you know, the destruction staff. I can weave a little bit better for my... I can weave so much better with it. So I get a lot better weave. I lose damage, but I keep everything else magicka. Except the wall. So, and that's going to be kind of the nice thing about the Sorks. Now, mind you, I don't have max food or anything, but I don't. Sometimes, you know, that's the final decisions. But picking out the Mundus and the trait weapon is going to be whatever. I could go 50%, stay in that sweet spot. But to be honest with you, that hit is really nice. It's a nice hit. Keena's going to stay up. I can use the War Maiden. I can use a precise trait. I can, you know, infuse these. That'll be good. When we add the food, hold on. Okay. So now when we add the food, we're at 14 recovery. That's prior to pot. Let me get some pots. Just doing this for whatever. Alright. And now we have 1727 magic recovery. Okay. And that's without me aligning anything. Now, if I go into the CP system, we add this effect. Let's say I want to go. I'm definitely going to take advantage of like something over time or something. I'll hit all these little intricate details later. $19 base? Shit. $34 crit. Nice. Okay. And what's that put my stats up to? Almost 50% on the critical. Throws my spell damage up to about 53. Pretty fucking good. Did I hit it? Sometimes it hasn't been going off right. I want to try to get it on a proc. Yeah. Alright. Looks good. Alex, man, be quiet. You don't know shit about sets. Who are you? Shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. I don't know shit. Dude. Shut the fuck up. I've been fucking doing this longer than your little bitch ass. And now you've all been listening to me. Once again, who debunked Twice Born Star? Who? Who? Which content creator did it? Not you, motherfucker. Shut up, bitch. You're a bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Let's check you out. Let's check you out. Man, you're nobody. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, War Maiden. Still really good, man. And let's say if I switched out, if I wanted to use Swallow Soul. Right? Right? It's a fucking phenomenal set. Nine, 1, 16. Guess what, Alex? Alex. What? Alex. You know what that sound is? You know what that is? You being silenced. Like what? Don't talk to me, dude. Stay in your league. 9-1. 16-3. Good. There you go. 0 on the gamer. Can I ask you something? No, you're probably a troll. You guys are all bitches. If you don't know, now you know. Alright. So this will be my configuration during live. For the blade. We can sustain the Kina indefinitely with False God. Who figured that one out? I wonder. We can sustain indefinitely. We'll get that nice juicy scale up. We'll get the lovely War Maidens adding to our magic because majority of our abilities are going to be magic based because we're a blade. Now, everything is going to be... One second. I'm streaming...
Oh, I'm sorry. Save it.
Sorry, my daughter. Yeah, so this will be pretty much my setup going into Blackwood. It's really good. You know, I really like it. I've always been a fan of War Maiden on Blade and friggin' whatever. And by the way, if I didn't know sets, you guys have been using Mother Sorrow. I guess it was one of the first to put those on builds. Years ago, I already have it. The builds are posted there. The links below, or you know, in the video tabs. Fuck off. I did it before you fakes. I'm abandoning Mother's Sorrow and Levy. It's gone. Gone with the win. I want to maintain base damage. I want to be able to keep the Kina proc. I need to keep some critical value, but I don't need to overstress because we're going to be a scaling factor. So the more I push up towards a critical factor, the more I have to sustain, knowing that I can never achieve now, 100% value, you know, because of the nerfs. So I'm not going to play Zos's game. I'm going to use multipliers, right? So I'm going to, once again, use all the available multipliers. Now, like I said, Kina is going to be pretty much on a lot of configurations I roll with. I just get a nice, big, huge bang for my buck. $17. Okay. Nice. 18 base. Nice. We'll be good. We'll be fine. Are these the houses in ESO pre-built? Built. Yeah. And are you excited for the Gates of Oblivion? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, they are pre-made. Thank God you're not a troll. Yes, they are like pre-made. You don't build them. You can buy certain houses with in-game currency like gold, and then other ones you can buy on the Crown Store. And yes, I'm very excited about the Gates of Oblivion and Blackwood chapter. I feel for content, ZeniMax always does great with content. It's the other issues with the game that's got problems. But Microsoft's taken over, so let's see where it goes from there. So, and Alex, really, dude? If you're going to come in and talk shit, you better be able to back up shit. You better be able to prove me wrong, which so many have fucking failed. Alex, don't come in here trolling. You've trolled the wrong person. The person who's denounced the fucking idiots time and time again. Oh, what's the tanks in this class, Alex? What's the healers in this game, Alex? Don't make me go postal on you, dude. You can't take it. Just back down, shut up, suck on a binky. Okay? Okay? You stepped into the wrong channel. But yeah, we're going to go with this configuration for the blade. It's just, you know, we're at a very, once again, not ideally what I would like. You know, my... well, I don't have savagery. Not ideally where I would want my critical. I was like 55 between 60. 55 to 60. But I'm not willing to sacrifice enough stack damage. No way, no how. It's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. No. Right? It's just not. And we're going to even scale higher because, you know, we didn't get to the Magicka. And I can adjust and tune a few things. But the simple fact of it is that I can go ahead and, you know, oh, so good. Alright, let me suck something out. I usually like my siphon too. My sap. Love my sap. Alright. Oh, forgot to slot it. I like when trolls come in here. You're not meta. We're gonna try to talk shit down to you, but we'll end up sucking up on your shit later on anyways. Of course you will. It's down from where it was. That's for sure. I was dealing 13s. No. Gotta take a little nerf. A little bit. Overall, I like it though. I'm losing minimal. I'm giving up some of the some of that critical hit value, but the base damage just really nice. Right? Tooltip looks great. That tooltip looks fucking yummy, and it gets better. So we empower. 22 and 12 seconds. Wow, Kina's up. 22 and 12 seconds. Who doesn't know what, Alex? Say fucking what, bro? Bro? Say what, bro? Say what, bro? I don't know. I can read black and white. Can you? 22. Yummy. Yummy! And that's without crit. That's all about that base. Right? All about it. Every day. All day. Looks good. I tried 5 False God, 5 War Maiden with Zon. Hit so hard, more than 5 Mother Sorrow and War Maiden with Zon and Maelstrom back bar. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. When I get light shoulders of Kina, I will replace Zon. Yeah. You know, it's just about proc time, man. Keeping it up. You can keep it up consistently. It doesn't, you know, because here's the thing. Like, let's say, you know, without procking, let's just say in power. Okay? And we go to tooltip. 20. Right? So, when I get major sorcery, I'm only dealing 20. Right? I proc up with Kina and go into a tooltip. We're dealing 2,200 more. Or 2,000 more almost. Not quite, but almost. Almost 2,000 more while Kina's procced. That goes across the board. 10 on Swallow Soul, if that's going to be your spammable. If that Swallow Soul is going to be your spammable, 10. Right? You're up to... Come on. 10-8. Okay, so this should go down. 800 more almost. You're going to deal. 800 more. Okay? Delimitate. 18-3. Proc up. 19-6. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. And here's the thing. I'm not willing to use an alternate weapon because it's going to cost, it's going to start draining my magicka. This has to stay static. It has to be a static setup. Why? Because War Maiden applies 600 to all spell abilities. I have magic abilities on the back bar. Right? So that has to remain static. Whether we're using Sap Essence, whether we're using Neurotic Orbs, whether whatever, we're using Twisting Path, those two factors and ulti with Soul Tither, that's huge. Because like when we go ahead and we proc up just on that, and we take a look at Soul Tither, 18,000. Prior, 16,700. That's big. Plus, if we end up trying to use an alternate weapon, Kina is going to cost us 8%. So we'll get the drop off on the back bar where False God sustains us. It reduces the cost of magical abilities by 8%. Kina costs 8% more. Basically, False God nullifies Kina's negative impact. Okay? That's why I never give a shit. I've always said, you know, I'm not going to lose. Certain configurations I use alternate. I can use weapons. Some configurations I stay static. Right? Also, alternate weapons don't have any critical value. If I drop that, it's 2 slot. My last 2 slots on False God, Magicka and critical. Right? If I try to do it on War Maiden, I'll lose spell damage, losing a stack, and I'll lose 600. They're going to be good. They're going to be golden. Are you on PC and on Xbox? Technically I'm on every platform, but I've only been playing on PC. I just recently came back. About like at the end of January. Wait, February. No, February. Was the beginning of February. It's somewhere between January and February. So March, April. I've been here like almost 2.5 months back. So yeah, I like it. Biggest thing about it all is though, Adolf, is just make sure you keep Kina up and then use those dots. So yep, it's gonna be fine. I don't like Swallow Soul. I can't. You know, it hits harder than a freight train with War Maiden, but I hate the weave because I can't clip right. See, I have to do it like before, so I have to do the light attack before instead of like after. Which I, you know, so it's like I can't even do it right on this one. It's so messed up because the animation just fucks with me. I mean, I use it. I use Funnel Health on a Nightblade Healer, but I use it for a hot rotation. It's just that Swallow Soul always fucks with me. The animation does. It gets to me all the time. Sigil Order actually hits really hard. The Sigil Order spammable, the imbue weapon, plus you'll get it. Once again, I'm kind of, it feels funky to me, but actually technically this hits harder because of that passive. So technically with War Maidens, when you get the spell orbs, right, and you use that in conjunction with your Race Against Time, you'll hit a lot better with this. So technically. So you're going to get that nice big 4-8. $16-3 on a crit too. It hits nice. And then you could just, you know, once again, once you get 5 stacks on the whatever, so you're like, so it works out nice. The Sigil Order spammable is pretty good, especially given the orbs, and that you're going to be using this. So, and I will use it when I'm in a controlled environment, but a lot of times I still like the crushing shock because I like to interrupt and things like that. I don't like to be caught off guard. Herald, as long as you have the characters on both servers, right? Tamriel, and thus begins my guild empire, and once I conquer the NA, I will conquer the EU. Yeah. What do you think of my grand plan? I think it's a plan. It's a plan. It's definitely a plan. I wish you the best. So, anyways, yeah. So this will be my configuration for my blade. I think it's just going to be a really nice setup on the blade. Once again, we'll just go with Precise on the staff, Apprentice, Mundus. You know? So, it'll be good. That'll be a really nice configuration. It'll keep us within a marginal difference, but our base damage hits so flipping hard. Our base damage is just, you know what I'm saying? When we take a look at any skill, no matter what skill you're going to utilize, that base damage is phenomenal. That base damage is 9-2. Base. Base. That's not my crit. That's my base. My crit. 15-7. Fuck. You can stack your crit to the fucking ends of the world if you like. Fuck that. I'm not playing. I mean, usually I like around 60% crit. I do. But I'm not playing with this. Nah, man. I'm not giving up all that DPS, man. Nope. And just to be dependent on everybody else. I need Warhorn now. I need it. But DPS sucks. Please give me Warhorn. Please give me Warhorn. Please. I need major force. I need it. God, man. You're a crackhead. Yeah. Because your damage sucks. Using axes or daggers. I couldn't go with axes. I had to go with daggers. But crit wasn't high enough. Oh my god. I hate element. I know, me too. I hate the way harder we're using. Yeah, no, you're right. Swallow Soul is hitting, like, dude, you're right. Swallow Soul is cracking. I mean, that's no joke. 9-2 on a Swallow? 15-7 on a crit? There it is. Holy fuck. I mean, it does. I can't maintain, you know, trying to weave with it, you know? That's my issue. But if you can pull it off, you're right. It cracks. It's cracking. 9-2. 16-2-4. Oh. I can't wait until you actually get in a dungeon. Because that'll apply too. A lot of the factors that we're not seeing. Alright, hold on. Which one do I have? I got some pots. Hold on. I was just in there the other day with my mags or my stam sword. So let's try to because of the boss. I like kind of going in here and fucking off because it's a dungeon. It's going to give me a little bit more idea. Because, you know, you get these value, you know, it's going to be slightly different.
My boon shall be given to the hunter.
I don't care. Just open up.
But know this.
Oseen must have placed the teams in different parts of the forest. Well, hopefully it has.
Leave me, as I'm gonna smoke off my prey.
Weird. There's even a lag. See that dude? He just like, okay, I got hit. I'll fall down now. Huh. Fucking snipers. Where is it? Can't see shit. God, being colorblind sucks.
Right to us. L'Oreal, you have to save
God, I hate so much green.
We need to keep our guard up, lest we share the same fate.
I'd like to. Can't proc up so well though without a tank. $17 base on that, so it did go up. I'm trying to pay attention as I'm kind of flying through this and trying not to die at the same time due to some stupid archers.
Why, it's my lucky day.
These little fuckers. Where are they? I'm colorblind. You might be able to see it better than I do. All right, there it is. Oh my god, that one sniped me really good. So many snipers. So many snipers. Okay. So, I mean, when we add the penetration, because our penetration is currently 5.9. I'm cool with that. I'm actually very cool with that. I'm still at a very comfortable level. I hate that I don't have a tank. But I feel comfortable with the build, regardless. So, once, you know, I get in a group scenario, a lot more controllable. So, keeping proc up is going to be the challenge. You know, if you can do that, you'll be good. 300 spell damage plus gives you magic and stamina. Domahas said I was thinking to use, but you have to be close. Yeah, that's the only thing. Domahas, that's all. I wanted Domahas to work also for my DK because it's in close. But, you know, that new monster set for the DK is just delicious. In Black Villa, which I already got it, it's delicious. It's delicious. It's a delicious DK set. But Damahash, you're right. You got to stay in close. That's the only downside. You know, but in trial, most trials you stack. So, you know, that's the thought. You could switch out. You know, play with it. You know, I'd play with both of them for sure. You know, and the nice thing is it's situational. You can control both pieces on situational outcomes. I just like Kino with False God because it negates it. But if you're going to use Domaha, say you don't want to have that 8% cost and you want to use a you know, like a Maelstrom staff, right? Then Domaha's probably would be better for you in a lot of scenarios. Given the fact that it's not going to cost you any extra and you're going to get a bump. Just it comes with one downside. And Scoria, here's my deal about Scoria. A lot of people have to understand Scoria, I have to be stationary. Right? Same thing with Damahas. The War Maiden, I don't. I get that 600, right? Regardless. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So, anyways, man, I'm gonna let you guys go. I wanted to do this though. I wanted to get on here. I wanted to, you know, you asked Adolf, so I wanted to play with the blade first. It is my main. So this is the setup I'm going with. But you know, let's take a look at Damahas for example, just for a second. Hypothetically, right? You're gonna get Magicka. When you deal damage, you create and you get with flame damage, physical damage every second, stunning them, and spell damage for 15 seconds. It's gonna be a good set, right? For a stack situation, and then you could run, you know, the Maelstrom if you wanted to. Right. I mean, it doesn't matter which one. The other one's got penetration. Doesn't fucking matter. Penetration. What do you fucking do? Okay. Precise. Because we gotta stay precise. Let's say you go front bar, that, and you go back bar, Maelstrom, and then up. We use Damahas. You can do that. You're gonna get a little less, but it'll be more consistent, and you won't have the effect, the downside of Kina when you bar swap, and that's doable. So, for example, you know, we just. Still deals good. Still looks good. 8-8, slightly less, slightly. But you don't have to worry about the cost association. That's 8-8 with Damahas. Well, let me get Magicka. So let me even glyph this. Let's get a true accurate. Oh. All right. 15-6 crit. 8-9-2. That's pretty good, dude. That's not shabby. That's not shabby at all. That's really good. That's a clean setup, especially if you're going to use an alternate weapon, for sure. It has that limitation, but let's see. I'm dealing a little bit more on that base when I procced up. 1669. 9-2. That's the only thing. The question is, do you want to maintain having to proc? If you don't want to proc, I say you're right. I say go Dom. Then you can use an alternate weapon. You don't have to worry about maintaining. If you want to maintain a little bit of a higher, and try to keep Keen up as frequent as possible in an ideal scenario, then you're better off with Keen and static. So that's going to be a hard decision, but I think that's a preference. It's not a make or break per se. It's more about a preference and what you're comfortable with. But I think Damahas is a good call, man. I honestly do, Adolf. I think that's a really good call. If you want to go ahead and use something like Maelstrom, if you want to, I always like a static approach, right? Because I'm already aware. Everybody's like, oh, no, man, I'm fucking good, bro. I'm good, bro. Oh. I'm good, bro. But, I'd most likely definitely stay, I mean, this is the way I would run it. This is how I'm going to run it. My refreshing path's 4726, 278. Procced up. That's the nice thing about Kina. I can lay everything ahead and keep proc. I don't have to proc Kina when it's laid. I can proc it and it'll amp up. Keeping the major, though, you want to do that at all times as well. 4726. 4726. 4726. 278. Okay. Now let me show you what ends up happening when I put a fucking Maelstrom jackass junk on my fucking bar. That's why I don't do it. It was like, no, fuck no. No, fuck no. Now let me show you what happens. Yeah, you get a tick for an ability. But let me show you this. Let me watch what happens on my wall. Okay? 2-5 is my base. 4-2 now is my crit. I lose. I'm losing on that effect. No spank you. No fucking spank you, man. No. No. Out the fucking door. Get rid of this fucking trash. It's fucking trash, man. I was never dumb enough to bite on that shit. Even when I used the master bow or anything, I knew what I was losing. I'm like, I have to lose to gain on all single targets. I have to lose on all of my AoE, it's on the back bar, to gain on single target amp up. I knew it. And everybody's like, oh, it deals so much damage. One fucking ability versus what, 3? Because I'm going to use orbs, more than likely. So I'm going to gain 1 ability and lose on 2. And ulti. If I use my AoE ulti. No. Fuck all of that. I've always said that. Y'all can kiss my ass, man. That's very, very, very much. I've always said, man, I keep static. I keep a static format, man. I do numbers. I crunch numbers, man. Fuck everybody else. They can be fooled. They can keep the blinders on. That's cool. Whatever. Preference. Not me, man. Not me. So, But yeah, that's a solid setup. I'd go with that if you don't not comfortable with procking up Kina. So it'll be a solid setup. But anyways, man, we'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate it as always. I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. Peace.